What's happening, people? It's Christmas Day 2020, and I had some things I wanted to share with you that was on my mind. See, recently, another black man was gunned down by the police. Andre Hill was in his garage holding up a cell phone in his left hand when he was shot by the Columbus, Ohio police. You know, the body camera footage was just released in the past couple of weeks, and it just shows how callous and nasty these police are. I mean, 6 seconds passed between the time the video when the officer fires his gun and the camera was turned on. There's no audio because the officer hadn't activated his body camera. Now, without the audio, it's not clear as to whether the officer, who was identified as Adam Coy, yelled any commands at Hill, who's, like I said, his right hand isn't visible in the video, but his hand was up. There was no gun recovered at the scene. Now, the man laid on the garage floor for several minutes without any officer trying to help him. Now, that's the policy of the police, is to help the injured. Uh, you know, now the mayor, a guy named Ginther, is saying that the cop should be fired. Well, we all know that he should be fired and then arrested and charged with murder. You know, because that's against their policy, supposedly against the department policy. Now, after the cop does turn his video camera on, he is heard yelling curse words at the man while he's laying on the garage floor dying, which makes no sense. Clearly, he's trying to play the shit off. You know, the man died about an hour later at the hospital. You know, now according to the policy, the police are supposed to activate their body cameras as soon as they get to the incident. But they don't, do they? Anyway, what I want to say is this, and I'm going to ask you this. In black culture, is it natural for black parents to outlive their children? It seems completely unacceptable. It seems completely acceptable that a 40-year-old father will outlive his 16-year-old son, his 20-year-old son, his 25-year-old son. You know, and that type of thinking seems to have become fundamental. It's what makes some black folks shrug their shoulders every time they hear about some teenage boy getting gunned down or some young man getting killed by the police for no reason. But I ask you, and I ask you seriously, should parents outlive their children? And to me, the answer is clear. Absolutely not. I mean, who has convinced black folks that such morbid thoughts and patterns that lead to extinction was the natural order of things? Who? Wait a minute, don't answer that. Look, instead answer this. Would any other race put up with such a statistic? No, again, absolutely not. A black father standing over his son's grave actually goes against nature. It does. It's not the natural order of things. So how do we fix it, huh? How do we fix it? Let me tell you something. That's the $1,000,000 question, right? Isn't it? How do we fix what many perceive to be open warfare on black boys? Actually, It's an easy but controversial remedy. Now, I choose my words carefully, okay? So you might have to read between the lines. In all these years, the court system has yet to deliver justice to the families of black boys callously gunned down by white cops. So it's up to the parents. A father, and in most cases a mother, has to ask his or herself one question. Did I love my son or my daughter, my child enough to lay down my life for them, for theirs? Am I willing to face prison or death in seeking justice for my slain child? Is going out and seeking justice any way that we can, by any means necessary, actually a crime? Well, absolutely not. See, black folks are known for picketing, boycotting, crying, and swelling up whenever the cops murder one of their children. If black parents became known around the world for taking the law into their own hands when it came to dealing with their murdered children, young black boys being murdered by racists hiding behind, well, whatever they're hiding behind, would come to an immediate stop. If, say, that wannabe cop George Zimmerman knew that Trayvon's father would be coming for him, and there would be dire consequences for pulling that trigger, that boy would be alive today because Zimmerman never would have shot him. If a black man had killed Trayvon and not been arrested, the elder Martin would have got his gun, a baseball bat, and two cousins and went looking for him. Which is more proof that black folks have been trained to kill each other instead of the people or the persons who are actually killing them.